is C. That means the answer is in this column. This column intersects this row right here. That means the amino acid will be in this block. And it turns out all 4 of them are the same thing, but A, C, G is threonine. All right, so that's how you use it. So let me do one more. We'll do the backwards. G, C, A. The first position is in the G, and somewhere in that particular row. The second position is the C, so somewhere in this particular column, they intersect right here. And the last position is in A. Turns out all 4 of them are the same, so that's alanine. So that's how you use the genetic decoding. If you don't get it, there's only 64 of them. Stare at it, you'll find it. Yeah. Okay? Now, wobble. Recognize there's only 20 common fun-flavored amino acids, right? There's only 20 of them. Yet there's 64 different possible combinations, right? Some of the codons code for the exact same amino acid. This redundancy is also called degenerative. It's also called wobble. But the reason why it's called wobble has nothing to do with the redundancy. It has everything to do with what cell biologists recognize that's chemically going on inside the active side, the ribosome. So I'm about to interpretive dance a little bit. So my fingers represent the anticodon, the transfer RNA. They'll bring with it, some amino acid, right? This is focused on, I'll just use threonine. That's fine, threonine. And so threonine, if you change the third nucleotide of threonine, it's still going to be threonine. You see that? It's still the same thing. Now, the transfer RNA has a curve to it at the bottom, right? And so when these things are docking, they can dock, and you have to really pay attention to my fingers. They can dock in such a way that that happens, or that happens, right? That's wobble. I kid you frick not. It's named wobble because some bitch wobbles inside the active side. All right? And because of this wobbling behavior, all right, because of the wobbling behavior, the first two nucleotides are what matters so much. Now, on occasion, sometimes, the third nucleotide does matter. That's because these are both purines, and they extend out further. And so my middle finger is a little bit shorter, and they will actually dock. You follow?
So there's no wobble in that?
There's no wobble. Yeah, they do fall down. Yeah. Chad, you get some?
The diagonals are, so those can't be wobbles.
What, these guys right here?
The UU, the CC, the AA, and the GG.
Oh,
it's a diagonal line from the top left to the bottom.
this right, like this?
Yeah, because it's double in the last
I don't
one.
think there's any real. I mean, I don't think you're doing some type of Illuminati type analysis of this. There's no pattern to it, so I don't think there's like I did a Bible reference there with Illuminati. I don't think there's a pattern to it if that's what you're trying to find.
Well, you said that with the fingers, if you
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
this, and if they have a double start letter, I mean, not a double start letter.
You
if
mean
they
like
have-
a UU or a CC or an AA or a GG?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, your hypothesis fails here though, right?
So it has to be two different names for one.
Well, it has a lot to do with being a purine or pyrimidine, and then what the other ones are. The physics of it is a little bit painful, and I don't really know all the answers. So I'm not saying you're wrong. I just know I don't know enough. Okay. All right, cool. So that's wobble for you. Now, if you look at this picture here, we have our start codon there, AUG, codes from methionine, and there are 3 different types of stops. Okay. Now you need to know the start and the stops, but it's on the exam as this little chart, so it should be a problem. Ooh-ha-ha. All right. Cool so far? So that's your genetic decoder rate. Now, over here in the far left, I have it in the DNA. There are some pretty rare start codons out there that do exist. I am not familiar if these particular start codons exist in human beings, but I know that they exist in Lyme disease only one time out of the 1,698 genes. So when I say they're rare, there might be a lot of exponents to that level of rarity. Okay, so I wouldn't spend any ATP memorizing the 2 rare ones. I don't know why I had it on there. Probably because when I first started teaching the course, I thought I was smart. But no, I know I'm not, because I've been married long enough to tell me all kinds of things.